Hey guys, so it is time again for my monthly favourites. This year is just melting away, is it not? And I'm filming in a bit of a strange background for me. I was actually just shooting some stuff for Instagram in this setup with my little baby pink wall behind me. And I thought, I actually really like this. I'm gonna stay here to film my favourites video. So it's a bit weird for me. Normally I have some depth behind me, but hey, here we go. I'm just doing it here because I was like, I might as well not move. I think it looks cute. So July favourites. I know we're in August already. I filmed last month's favourites so late that I feel like this month has to be a bit late. Otherwise they're basically next to each other. But this month I really have no new makeup discoveries. Genuinely, I've just been using the same old stuff, loving the same old stuff. But there are there's two products and one tool that I wanted to talk to you all about. The first one is a hair product, and this is from one of my favourite brands, Oribe. They sent this to me a few weeks ago. Genuinely, it is so brilliant. This has like filled a gap in my routine between purple shampoo and purple like styling products and actually finishing products. So this is their Bright Blonde Essential Priming Serum, and I will tell you why I like this. As the name would suggest, it is aimed at blondes and it is purple. So it's pretty purple. It's like the colour of my dress. And I think this is a really interesting product because I have purple shampoo and conditioner that I use on a fairly regular basis. It's not like my daily shampoo and conditioner, but I probably use it weekly. I've recently also gone a lot blonder and also about 5 inches shorter, so I cut quite a lot off my hair. We'll get into styling in a minute as well, because the styling tool I've got to share with you all is what I've used to curl my hair today, which is different to my normal one, which I basically never change. But yeah, so I've gone a lot blonder, so I've been kind of, whenever I do that, I have to focus a bit more on my like purple shampoo to stop it going brassier, because obviously there's more colour in there and like the blonde is brighter and you want to keep it looking kind of fresher and not kind of brassy. It can more easily go brassy if you are blonder, I find. Anyway, so this is aimed at blonde hair and it has that kind of colour correcting element to it, but what's really unusual about it is that it's actually a styling product rather than a wet kind of shampoo and conditioner product. So I actually use this alongside my other favourite product that sits in this kind of weird category that's not that common, which is my Living Proof Mousse, which I've spoken about. I can't remember the actual name of it off the top of my head. I'll put it down below anyway, but it's basically like the purple toned mousse that is just incredible at just knocking out any brassy tone, but also as a styling product. And so this I actually use after that on the ends, and then I use it on dry hair, which actually is not part of its description. It's supposed to be a primer, so it goes on before you kind of heat style your hair, which again, I use it then, but then I use it again afterwards, and I just really love it. Adds another kind of layer of that colour correcting kind of element, and I find you can actually see a little bit of difference when you use it, like specifically like right after you use it. I feel like it does affect the tone and the shine of your hair, but it's also just a really lovely finishing product if you've got waves, just to help kind of separate and smooth everything out. It also lets you add a little bit of texture. I mean, it's not exactly how it's intended to be used. I'm kind of using it twice in my routine, but I really like it. It's so nice, and it's Oribe, so it smells incredible as well. So I'm a big fan of that. They are an expensive brand, and I feel like this is a product that ordinarily I wouldn't go through that fast, but I use quite a lot of it because it has that like colour correcting element. I want to like cover my whole hair in it, but it is so good. Really rate that. I'm actually going to go straight into the tool because it fits into this whole story about my hair. The other thing that I've been loving is my Cloud 9 wand. I think this is the original curler. I'll link the specific one anyway. I've had this for years and years and years, and I've always kind of defaulted to using my GHD one or curling my hair with my Dyson straighteners, which I find I can't curl very well with GHD stylers. I've never perfected the art, but I find it really easy with the Dyson Corral straighteners. Anyway, so I've been using like either one of those two for years. And more recently, since I chopped like 5 inches off my hair, I like this kind of slightly tighter wave look instead of a bit more of like a glamorous kind of curl. I alternate the direction of it. It's a little bit more of a beachy wave, and then I leave the end straight. And this tends to be what I like doing more so when my hair is a bit shorter rather than longer, because it's a little bit more defined. It's a little bit more of like a neat wave as opposed to a kind of glamorous bouncy wave. It's kind of a little bit more uniform looking. The barrel is smaller and even, but I just find this curls so well and the curls last so long with it. So yeah, I've totally fallen in love with this again, even though I've had it for probably 5 years and not used it that much. I've kind of gone back and forth with it, but I've been loving it this month and using it basically every time I curl my hair. I've been using that. And then lastly, a perfume. Again, this is one I've had for about a year, maybe just under a year. And I used it quite a lot last winter. It's probably it's about a third empty, this bottle. But I've been wearing it a lot recently and I've got so many compliments on this. It's from Aerin. It's the Ambrette de Noir fragrance. It's super strong and really warm. If you like kind of, obviously amber, Ambrette, amber is the main note of it. It's amber. If you like kind of warm, musky vanilla scents, you have to try this. It is so good. It lasts for a really long time as well. And to me, it's just like kind of warm and comforting, but it's not super wintry. Like, it works really nicely as a summer evening fragrance, in my opinion. I just think it's beautiful. I love a lot of the Aerin fragrances. They are quite pricey, but like I said, this is very, very strong. I've had this for, I think this is 100 ml. It actually doesn't say on the bottom, weirdly. I've had this for quite a long time and I've used it a lot. So I feel like a little bit goes a long way. It's pricey, but it will last you a long time. Big, big fan of that. Then I have a couple of jewelry favorites, which is kind of a random one. Not something I normally include in my favorites. I normally just end up wearing my jewelry all the time. But I have been working on a project in this area. I'm not going to give too much away, but basically that kind of gives a lot away, doesn't it? And as a consequence, I've been looking a lot more at my jewelry, how everything is constructed, what I like, what I don't like, and wearing a lot more of it as well, just to kind of, as a consequence of that, really, like, you know, I've been a lot more aware of what's in my collection and kind of making use of my collection a lot more. So one of the things I've actually rediscovered and fallen in love with is this beautiful alphabet necklace from Monroe. I was given this as a gift probably like 2 years ago and I've barely worn it, but I've totally fallen in love with it again. It's so beautiful. It's got such lovely detail and I just feel like it's a really nice, very fine, but also statement. Like, the actual design is super intricate and quite a statement, but it's scale-wise, it's quite small. I really, really like this, and they do still sell them. So I've been wearing that loads this month. The other thing that I have actually bought this month are these hoops from Tara & Toy, which actually are, they're Huggies, but they're not like super tiny Huggies. They're kind of chunky, but I just love that they have this ombre stone design. So all of the stones are blue, but they basically go from being well, the first one is clear. They go from being clear at the front to like a lighter kind of sky blue, and then you can turn them around if you want to and wear them the other way, where they have the darker stones on the back. So you can wear them like this and they're a bit more like an evening-y, like darker blue look, and then forwards, and they're like just really beautiful, like aquary summer vibe. Love those, and they're really nicely made as well, and they're clicky. Instead of being like the ones that hinge at the top, they actually open and then like click together, which I love in hoops. So love those. Another favorite is this dress that I'm wearing, which I will show you a picture of on the website rather than get up, because I feel like it's super, super creased right now because I've been sitting here filming for the last couple of hours. But I just love the color of this. I basically only wear dresses like this with the like shirred smock dresses at the moment. They're so comfortable, so easy to wear, and this one I love the sleeves, I love the color. It's a beautiful kind of, it's almost halfway in between lilac and cornflower blue. It's really vibrant, but at the same time it's not like neon or anything. And again, I've had so many compliments on this. I wore it in a reel recently, lots of people were asking about it, and also in real life, people have been like, wow, where is your dress from? It's such a beautiful color. And it's actually really affordable. It's from Urban Outfitters, and I really love it. I've worn it loads already. I've only had it for a couple of weeks. It's linen as well, so it's light and comfortable and just lovely to wear. Absolutely love that. And then my other 3 recommendations are actually all like book TV show recommendations. They're not actual products. The first one being a TV show that Mike and I have devoured over the past, I want to say, week. Hasn't been that long, and it's actually not a new TV show. It's War of the Worlds, which if you guys are familiar with it, it's kind of a remake of the novel slash the movie, the novel that was then turned into a movie, but it's really, really different to any version of this that I've ever watched or read in the past. And it stars Daisy Edgar-Jones, who you will know as Marianne from Normal People if you watched Normal People last summer when everyone was going crazy about it. If you haven't watched that, it's also really good. But anyway, it's got her in it, along with the rest of the cast are also amazing. Like, I absolutely love the casting of this. It's so, so good. And the actual story is just brilliant. Like, we've really been gripped by it. It's kind of scary, but then also not, because it's like, I often find, like, don't really find science fiction-y stuff that scary, like alien science fiction stuff. So it's kind of like, it keeps you on the edge of your seat, but it's not scary, if that makes sense. Really enjoyed it. I think the first season probably came out 2 years ago, and then they've just launched the second season. They're like 3 episodes in, and I think we've been watching it on Disney Plus, I want to say. I feel like I might be wrong about this. I hope I'm not. I'll put down below where you can watch it. I'm not in charge of the TV most of the time at night time when we've been watching it, so it's just kind of Mike puts it on. I'm like, oh yeah, let's watch it. I think it's on Disney. Anyway, amazing, so good, would 100% recommend it. And then I've also got 2 book recommendations. One of them is like a productivity workbook, which is called Working Hard, Hardly Working by Grace Beverley. So if you follow her on Instagram, or if you don't follow her, Grace has her Instagram, but then she also has a fitness brand called Tala. I own a couple of their items and they're really great. Anyway, I saw that she'd released a book and it was about productivity and working, and kind of, because she works in the same space as me, I was like, fantastic, I'm gonna get this audiobook. And I actually also love the fact that she narrates the audiobook. I find it really difficult to get on board with audiobooks when the author isn't narrating them. Not necessarily with novels, but you know, with like advice books or like autobiographies, I love it when the author narrates it. Anyway, so it's basically all about productivity, working, being happy in your life, getting your work-life balance right. I just really enjoyed it. There were no like massive, amazing light bulb breakthrough moments for me, but I found a lot of it was reinforcing stuff that I'd maybe done in the past that had worked really well for me, that I'd fallen out of habit of doing, or just like refreshing kind of ideas in a slightly different way. Also just making me feel generally more motivated and inspired in my work life. So I really enjoyed it and I would recommend it. The other audiobook, I want to say book, but I'm like audiobook because I didn't actually read it, I listened to it, that I completed this month and really enjoyed, I actually listened to it really quickly because I loved it, was Before I Saw You by Emily Houghton. So I have them written down here so that I get the authors right. I loved this book because it had that really lovely charm that Me Before You had. It's going to get compared to Me Before You a lot because there are a lot of comparisons. It's essentially about 2 patients in a recovery ward, one of which has lost their leg and the other one has been caught in a fire and has severe burns over a significant portion of her body, and it's about their friendship and relationship, and it's just a really lovely book. It's nicely written, it's easy to read, it's not gonna like, you know, change the world in its kind of super intellectual writing, but it is just really, it's a lovely story, and I feel like it's a good summer read if you're looking for something that's easy to read but not super lightweight, like airy-fairy. It actually has a real kind of like nice meaning and depth behind it, which is really just uplifting. I really enjoyed it and I would recommend it. And that is it for my monthly favourites. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you like this little setup here with the background. I don't know if it looks weird with a shadow, but I just thought I'd try it out. I hope you guys are doing really well and I'll see you soon. Bye!